So the fight is on. Canelo Alvarez against Edgar Berlanga. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to On Me Edson. I hope you're well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So this Saturday night, 4 a.m. UK time, Sunday morning that is, for Canelo against Berlanga in Las Vegas. So this week, it's kind of hyped up a little bit, right? We've had the talk, we've had the head-to-head, we've had the press conferences, the media have gathered, they've all had their thoughts here, and overwhelmingly, lots of people out there in the media, but also on YouTube, are going for Canelo win. They say it's going to be another win. Now, in a previous video, I kind of mentioned the Canelo fight against Berlanga, and I said, don't be so sure. These are my thoughts. Don't be so sure that Berlanga is just going to be a walkover. I certainly don't think he has. He's got a 3-inch reach advantage. He's got 5.5 inches in height advantage as well. He's younger, less miles on the clock. Canelo Alvarez has got 65 fights under his belt. Granted, he's only lost 2 and drawn 2. But Berlanga's only got 22 fights and 17 KOs. No draws, no losses. Now, you could say, yes, is he at the stage of Canelo? Is he at the class at Canelo? I personally don't believe he is. However, you put all these other factors in play with height and reach and youth on his side and less miles on the clock, then all of a sudden things start to level up a little bit. Build into this, the last 5 fights that Canelo Alvarez has had, he's been okay, but he hasn't really put away his opponents. He's won them all, granted, and he's won them well, but they've all been by unanimous decision. He hasn't really given the knockout blow. And maybe that's not just in his locker anymore. Maybe he just doesn't put the combinations together like he used to. I think he's slowed down. Of course, he's still in the pound-for-pound rankings, and rightly so. But I think he's slowed down. And he's also got the champion's choice of handpicking opponents. So there comes a point where the king will be dethroned. And we don't know when that is. And at some point, Canelo Alvarez is going to meet somebody who's going to give him a tough fight. Now, you could say, well, there are much bigger fights out there. We all know the Benavidez fight. That's the one that we really want. Will he go back up to fight Bivol after Bivol's fought Beterbiev? Who knows? We don't know. I mean, there are other fights out there that the world wants Canelo to have. But he's got champion's choice. He's got king's choice. He'll just handpick whoever he wants. Now, the good thing about Canelo, or the great thing about Canelo, is that he hasn't shied away from boxing. He hasn't shied away from fights. He's still given us 2 fights a year. Unlike other champions or would-be champions who have big layoffs between their fights. He hasn't done that. He's consistently fought a couple of times a year. Granted, we always question, especially in recent years, is he really fighting the opponents that he really should be fighting, that are really going to challenge him? Now with Berlanga, if he gets his tactics right, I think he could be that fighter who takes it to Canelo and asks him a lot of questions. If the tactic is to go in there and box Canelo and go the 12 rounds and leave it up to the judges, he's lost the fight. Berlanga will lose that fight. I cannot see Canelo Alvarez losing it. However, if he goes in there, goes on the front foot and pressurizes him and actually goes for the knockout blow, I think he'll win. He'll unnerve Canelo. He'll force him into mistakes. And if he uses his height and reach advantage and the youth on his side, Canelo could be in a lot of trouble. Now, I appreciate that everybody, virtually every man and his dog, is going for Canelo in this fight, and you've got to say that's the logical choice. That is the right choice to have. But what I'm saying here is don't be surprised if Berlanga causes an upset or shocks a lot of people in the way he performs. Not necessarily that he'll win, but he'll probably give Canelo Alvarez the biggest test that he's had in a long time. Let us know your thoughts here. I think Canelo Alvarez has kind of underestimated Berlanga here a little bit. I think Berlanga's out for blood. He wants to prove a point. He is a young buck. He's going after Canelo Alvarez's crown. This could be an epic fight. It's just a shame it's at 4 o'clock in the morning for here in the UK. It's probably one of the best fights of the year to come out of America this year, a lot of the focus seems to be on Riyadh, and in Europe and certainly in the UK there's lots of boxing events, and yes, we've had a few big nights in the United States, but this by far is probably one of the biggest so far. It certainly is for Berlanga, that's for sure. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But as I say, I'm not predicting that Canelo's gonna get a knockout blow. I just don't think he's got it in him anymore. I just don't think he's got it in him to have the combinations like he once did. And I just don't think he's going to get Berlanga out there. Now, I could have egg on my face after this, but my gut feeling is telling me, just looking at all the data, looking at its height and reach and youth and miles on the clock and tactics, if he gets the tactics right, Berlanga could be a big problem. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And if I get this right and Berlanga wins, I will make another video saying I told you so. Catch you again. Bye now.